Welcome, wanderers. You found your way back to Whispers from the Hollow. I'm Evelyn Blackmoor, and tonight I have a story pulled from the darkest edges of the moorland fog. A tale of footsteps behind you, of doors that open when they shouldn't, and of a place you'll never find on a map, but it always finds you. Tonight's episode, The Keeper of Hartwell Moor. They say no one lives near Hartwell Moor anymore, not since the fires. The ground is scorched in places. The trees all lean slightly west, as if recoiling from something no one will name. But according to the journal, yes, that journal, the one that writes itself when the wind dies and the clocks stop, there was a visitor not long ago. A man named Gregory Price. He was a cartographer, a mapmaker. One of those rare old-world souls who believed even in the 21st century that there were still blank spaces waiting to be filled. Gregory wasn't brave or reckless, he just didn't believe in ghosts. Until he got a letter. No return address, just 6 words scrawled on faded parchment. Map this, Hartwell Moor, come alone. He did. The journey was uneventful until the final mile. His GPS blinked out. The asphalt turned to gravel, then moss, then the road simply stopped. Ahead, a rusted iron gate partially sunken into the earth. Behind it, nothing but fog. Gregory stepped over the gate. And that's when the moor changed. No birdsong, no insects, just a low thrum in the air, like the earth itself was holding its breath. He walked for hours. Then he saw it, a cottage. Stone walls, chimneys smoking faintly, light in the windows. Someone lived out there. He knocked once, twice. Then a voice from inside, dry as leaves in a drought. "You're late," it said. "The keeper's been watching." Inside was a woman, thin as driftwood, dressed in black, eyes like cataracts over frozen lakes. She motioned him to sit. He didn't ask her name. He just pulled out his maps, hands trembling, and began to draw. But every time he marked a boundary or path, something changed. Trees twisted, the fog thickened. He heard whispering from the hearth, though no one else was there. The woman just sat there, watching, until eventually she spoke. "You shouldn't map this place, not unless you plan to stay." He asked why. She pointed to a wooden door in the back of the cottage. There were chains across it, dozens, each padlock etched with a name. "That's where he sleeps," she said. "The keeper. Every map draws him closer." Gregory laughed, nervously, said maybe it was time to leave. "It's too late," she whispered. The door shook once, hard, then went still. Gregory ran. He made it back to the car, drove until he found signal. He called the Royal Geographical Society and tried to tell them what happened. They thought he was joking, told him Hartwell Moor had been sealed off for decades after a string of disappearances. They had no record of a cottage, no record of any Gregory Price ever working for them. But someone did find his map, months later. Folded on a park bench in London. It was beautifully drawn, but the center was stained black, as if burned. On the edges, just visible if you looked hard enough, was a message. Do not mark the moor. I found that map, or rather the journal did. Slipped between its pages last week. And now, that same door appears in my dreams. The keeper of Hartwell Moor isn't just a story, listeners. I think it's a warning. Check your maps. Look for blank places. But if you ever see a gate with no path, a road that ends in moss, or see a house you think should be empty, don't knock, or you might become the next prisoner in the keeper's moor. You've been listening to Whispers from the Hollow with me, Evelyn Blackmoor. If you enjoy these tales, like, follow, and leave a light on. I'll be back next week with another whisper, another shadow, and maybe another page from the journal. Sleep tight.